Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? Of course, I am Cornisha. I'm your purpose and personal development coach. And oh my gosh, I am so excited to be before you guys on today. As you see, I am not my average chilling at home in the office self. Today has been such an exciting and rewarding day for me when it comes to business, entrepreneurship, forecasting, of course, planning December, wrapping that up, and more so working towards first quarter of next year. So in that, I've kind of had a busy day. I have a busy night ahead of me, which is why you see this pre-recorded video. Unfortunately, I am not going to be able to go live, but I vow to offer content. I vow to offer reassurance. I vow to offer just the virtual support that I try to bring to you guys as often as I can. So in that, I am here. I'm here. And like I say, I'm Cornisha. In case you are new to me, welcome. I am a purpose and personal development coach. I coach women and men through the mindset mastery side of entrepreneurship and then walk them through the process. We're going to get the business credit. We're going to start the business. However, we have to prepare our minds for that. We have to prepare our life for that. And in that, we're going to get started. Of course, if you're not new, welcome on back. You kind of know what the vibe is. You know what the atmosphere is. You know what the energy is like. So in that, I thank everybody for tuning in, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So tonight's topic is It Starts With You. And this is pretty much a piggyback off of last night's topic. Last night we talked about limiting beliefs. And ideally, when I come on a video, I have pages and pages of notes in front of me. I'm new to coaching in the forefront on social media. This is so new to me. So in that, I start with notes. However, tonight I want to be a little more personal. I don't want to show up as this person who offers her services and she says she's willing to help, but she's just throwing out advice and opinions, and she's just another salesman. I refuse to be that. And I refuse to be that for a valid reason, multiple valid reasons. And basically, of course, I'm so excited because of everything that's happened today, the things that are to come with the night. So in that, I don't want to misrepresent myself. And I want to be a demonstration of what it looks like to recalibrate your image, recalibrate your mission, recalibrate your purpose, reevaluate the things that you want in life and make sure that your efforts are aligning with that. I want to be a demonstration of that. So that's why I'm here today, pretty much to talk to you guys about what we want in life. As like I say, I coach men and women through the process of starting their businesses. So with that, of course, in talking through the mindset mastery and personal development, the more my clientele grows, the more I'm able to zone in on common problems. And I realize a common problem for most of us, like I said in last night's video, it starts with limiting beliefs. It starts with us writing things off for ourselves. We know we want it. We know it. We know that's something that we really want for ourselves ideally, but we also know that that's something that we haven't just yet we haven't just yet put in the work. We haven't just yet made the choice. We haven't just yet made the decision. You know what? I want this. And because I know I want it, I'm going to go after it. Because I know I want it, I'm going to educate myself on what comes with that. Because I know I want it, I'm going to prepare myself and make room for what I know is to come. And because we don't honor the things we want, because those limiting beliefs are put in us as children, we sometimes carry those throughout our lives, and we don't have to. We don't. And that's why I'm here today, just to be reassurance to that fact alone. We don't have to agree with anything we don't want to. You can recalibrate your life and the quality of life as often as once a day, once an hour, once every minute. Literally, you can recalibrate as often as needed. You don't have to limit yourself to being the version of you that you were yesterday. You don't have to limit you to being the version of you that you were a year ago. I actually enjoy at this point, especially with being in entrepreneurship, I actually enjoy walking up to somebody that knew me at a different season in my life, and they're stunned. You're you? You're you? This is you? You know, that's what they say. That's you? That's you? Literally, this is me. And it's so rewarding because it takes work, it takes effort, it takes diligence, and that's something that we all have to put in to get the things we want out of life. We do. You have to work for it. What's meant for you is for you. What's for you, it's for you. It's already yours. However, it's waiting on you to work for it. You have to work for it. You got to earn it. And nothing in life is free. You have to participate in your own rescue. And like I say, I don't really have many notes. Most nights I have pages of notes. However, I want to be more personal with you guys. I want to be more understanding, more realistic, more relatable. And that like I say, I have very minimal notes on tonight. But one of the most exciting lessons that I learned in life is that I'm not alone. I know for sure there's been times where, like I say, I wanted certain things out of life, but I didn't have the courage. I just told my makeup artist this morning that literally I wanted entrepreneurship a year ago. I just didn't have the courage to do it. I didn't have the courage to start. I didn't have the courage to be the face and image of a brand. What? To be the face and image of a brand, making videos, pouring into folks, being confident enough to say, I have the solution to your problem. I wasn't with it. However, I realized I wasn't the first one that put my dreams and goals on hold simply because, or ignored them completely, simply because I didn't know how to pursue them. I didn't have the confidence to do it. I didn't have the courage, and I didn't have the know-how. So in that, I just wrote it off. No, I'm going to work this job because that's what's meant for me. And ideally, that may not be what you want. I saw a post today, another business coach posted. She said that she applied for 57 jobs, I believe, 57 jobs before she realized that working a job was not meant for her. I remember with the resume I had, there was no way that I shouldn't have gotten an office position. Let's just leave it there. An office position. I'd come from management. I worked hard, worked my way up. However, the resume I had definitely qualified me for minimum an office position in a job. However, I applied for over 100 jobs. So in understanding that I applied for that many jobs and couldn't get one, when I saw her post, I realized this whole time, I was not alone. This whole time, I was not alone. Like I said in yesterday's video, I pulled up to a parking lot and realized I was treated like the low man on the totem pole at my previous job, and I was sent to flyer a parking lot in the hot heat and in the severe cold. However, I was sent to do that simply for whatever reason that they didn't like me. However, in the event that you honor the things that you want, your life can change. It really can change. And that's the moral of this video. Let's not delay it any further. That's the point, to remind you that your life can change. However, it starts with you honoring what you want. It starts with you honoring your truth. It starts with you honoring the fact that you want a different quality of life. Yes, you may step on the toes of the folks that are around you. So what? Let them live. Yes, you may interrupt the pattern of your family because they're used to you guys getting corporate jobs, going to college, doing all of these things, which are great. However, if that's not for you, it's not for you. And I know what it's like to live somebody else's dream. I've done it. I went back to the workforce in 2015 simply because I'd gone broke and working in a salon. I was a licensed cosmetologist, and after about 4 months, I went broke. So I had to get a job to survive. So in that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a job and I'm going to try again a year later. I got caught up 6 years in the workforce. 6 years in the workforce, living somebody else's dream because I didn't have the courage to do different. I didn't have the courage to try different. I didn't know how to do different, but I didn't even have the courage to educate myself on doing different and seeing what different looks like. Yes, it's new to me, but I could, in the event that I tap into what I really want, honor what I want, I can be the vessel. I can be the vessel that teaches this level of difference to the folks around me. I can be the vessel that helps not only myself, but my coworkers, my family, my friends, my target audience, and whoever else would like my assistance. It's up to us. Again, I won't stop saying this at this point. If I can do it, any parent can do it. Any parent. If you have a child, if I can do it, you can do it because there's strength in being a parent. There's strength in it. There's patience in it. There's diligence in it. There's structure in it. So in that, if you can be a parent, you can do this. However, we have to stop honoring those limiting beliefs and take action. Take action. And it's exciting and it is rewarding. There is abundance on the other side, but you won't know unless you try. You won't know unless you try. And at this point, it's sad. At this point, it's sad. It's so sad to live a quality of life knowing this isn't what I want. Live a quality of life knowing this isn't what I want. This isn't what I see for myself. And it definitely isn't what I see for my kids. It's definitely not what I see for my family that I'm going to bring up. So in that, what do you do? I remember in all of 2020, I worked so hard that I would wake up tired. And life is not supposed to be that tiresome. It's not. However, another revelation for me was realizing that life was so tough for me simply because I was dishonoring what I really wanted. So yeah, I woke up drained. Because I knew I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing from the jump. I knew I was doing something that initially was a 6-month plan just to get my money up to get back into the salon. However, obviously, I didn't execute my plan accordingly. And in the midst of it, the blessing was that I was offered management positions in corporate America. So in those management positions, yeah, I got blessed. I got promoted. I still was able to do some things. However, at the end of the day, it wasn't for me. You know that joy that you get when you do that exciting thing that you love to do? You know that joy? I lacked that for the last 3 years of my corporate career, minimum. And I know it was way more than that. However, I don't want to seem like a Debbie Downer. So I know for sure those last 3 years were the roughest. However, those 3 years would have been much shorter had I honored what I really wanted. And I know I can't be alone in this. I can't. And that's why I'm here doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm talking to you guys through this, because to this day, I have family. I have friends. I'm going to talk about it. I have family. I have friends. And I know for sure that they want certain things. They're watching. They're watching. They want certain things, but they've been trained to believe that it's so far-fetched that there's no way they could be successful in it. However, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold that thing in your hand. But like I said earlier, anything worth having, you got to work for it. You got to fight for it. You have to prepare for it. You have to grow for it, and you have to earn it. Just like that paycheck you get every 2 weeks, you have to earn that. You have to put in the work for it. It takes 10,000 hours to master a skill. 10,000 hours. So obviously, I haven't been doing this coaching thing for 10,000 hours at all. So in that, regardless, I still show up. I still try. I still go after it, because at the end of the day, it's what affects my smile. It's what affects my joy. It's what affects my peace. It's what affects my poise. It's that thing that keeps me going to where I should be in a corner crying somewhere because I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know how that's going to work out. But at the end of the day, that's neither here nor there, because I have a mission, I have a purpose, and this thing is greater than just me. This thing is greater than just me at this point. And I know for sure I can't be the only one that brings that level of quality to the table. I know for sure if I bring that level of quality to the table, everybody brings some level of quality. But I'm the one that has the courage to speak on it. I'm the one that has the courage to talk about it. I'm the one that has the courage to do it. And it's not easy. It's not easy. So next point, action steps. I can't be before you guys long. I have a appointment literally at 6 o'clock. So yes, this video is pre-recorded. I got to go really soon. But let's talk about it. Action steps. How do you get to the point where you can take action? It depends on what you want. It depends on what your hindrance is. Let's talk about the surface level hindrances. Because we're hindered in one way or another. We are blocking our own blessings in one way or another. What's your hindrance? What's that thing that you want so desperately? What's that thing that keeps you up at night? What's that thing that's frustrating for you to watch somebody else have because you know you want it? What is it? Whatever that thing is, work towards it. Work towards it. Make room for it. Elevate yourself. Grow your mindset. Do the research to see what comes with that thing. And then do it. For me, prime example, I like to pick on myself because I don't ever want it to seem like I'm talking about somebody. So I'm going to pick on myself. I know for sure a year ago today when I wanted entrepreneurship, I was heavier than I am today. So because of that, I did not have the courage. I was unintentional. I had nasty friends in my circle that were just not physically nasty, like Jezebel type nasty. Not that. They were nasty in a sense of nasty spirited, nasty character. And I had those type of folks around me. To this day, there's certain things in my life, important things in my life that I wouldn't even be able to have if I had those same friends. So because of that, sometimes you got to switch up and start with the people around you. Start with those influences. And then start with you. How do you talk? How do you talk to people? How do you talk about people? Are you the type that talks to somebody, hang up the phone and tell all their business? Are you the type of person that condemn every single thing around you, but when it comes to you, you're clueless? Are you the type of person? It depends on who you are. You got to clean yourself up and you got to prepare yourself for the things you want. Let's say you want that new job. They're not going to take you as you are. They're not. You have to qualify. And that's in life in general. Anything you want, you got to qualify. You can't just get it. Oh, I want $1 million. I'm going to get it. No, you won't. No, you won't. Or you'll be like the most lottery winners. They get that money and within a year, they're broke. broker than they were before they got it. Do you want that? No. So you have to put in work. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. And the limiting beliefs is what get us to the point where we're complacent and we're making excuses for why we can't execute. We're making excuses for why we can't do different, try different. However, it's something about those insecurities. Those insecurities partner with those limiting beliefs, and that's what get us to a place where we don't execute, we don't take action, we don't perform, and we don't live the life that we want. We don't. So in that, hear yourself. What are those insecurities? Do you walk past a mirror and turn your head the other way because you can't even look at yourself? Talk about it. I've been there. Let's say that. This isn't to bash or body shame anybody. I've been there on both spectrums. So because of that, what is it? What is it? What's the thing that's stopping you? Is it your communication? I rearranged my office. However, prior to rearranging my office, I had a word wall with vocabulary words. Literally, I'm not perfect. I know I'm not. And I definitely don't like the whole college degree thing. So because of that, I know my education, where I come from. I know what the limitations are. I know what the areas of opportunity are. I know what my deficiencies are. So in that, yes, I created myself at 26 years old a word wall so that I can enhance my vocabulary. Because I'm a coach, speaking to people, helping people, training people on starting their own businesses and transitioning from their job to their dreams. So yes, I have to be able to communicate. Can you communicate? Since we're talking about communication, is your vocabulary where it needs to be? Speaking of vocabulary, there was a thought that I wanted to run by you guys as well, because in last night's video, okay, I gotta make it quick. In last night's video, I mentioned the misconception between millennials or just regular folk and then the church people. And of course, like I say, those everybody's one and the same. Church people are no different from millennials. Millennials are no different from church people. Church people are typically more traditional. Millennials are typically more resilient, which results in us not necessarily displaying the traditional aspect of things. However, last night I saw the Kirk Franklin interview that was on The Real. And we all know Kirk Franklin recently was exposed by his son for cursing at him or whatever. And he defended himself like, I have a grown black son. I'm not going to cut him a certain level of slack simply because I'm in the church and I'm viewed to be this certain way. Kirk Franklin is an amazing example of my point. Church people are no different from us. The only difference is that sometimes we may get so comfortable in calling a spade that we realize we're equally a spade, just like that other person we're calling out. So in that, we all are the same. However, the millennials can sometimes get deterred and run off simply because they look at church people as church people versus looking at church people as humans. They're humans first. They're humans first. They have flaws just like us. The only difference, or just like whoever, the only difference is that people who aren't in church, their flaws can be internal or external. And typically the folks in church can have internal flaws like gossiping, backbiting, not watching their mouths, not practicing what they preach. Those are internal flaws versus the external flaws of the worldly people. They smoke, they drink, they party, they do this, they do that. So in that, nobody's no different from the other. We all are one and the same. It's just that we are labeling one another as church folk or millennials or worldly or resilient, traditional. Those are all labels, and we're labeling one another instead of removing all the labels, taking off the hats, and understanding that we're all human. We're all human. And I hope this doesn't step on the toes of my church family or my I don't even want to say worldly, my church family or anybody else. How about that? Because at the end of the day, we all are one and the same. It's about us striving for excellence. And we all have our deficiencies. It's just some are different from others. But if your deficiency is gossiping, lying, or something along those lines, you have no room to talk about somebody who's fornicating or cursing or smoking or drinking, doing anything else. Because a sin is a sin, is a sin, is a sin, is a sin. So back to the topic. It starts with you. When it comes to life, when it comes to the things that you want, it's up to you to do the work. It's up to you to prepare yourself. Life is not supposed to be exhausting. Life is not supposed to beat you down. Life is not supposed to be a burden. Life is supposed to be rewarding. It's supposed to be joyful. It's supposed to be fun. Yes, it's supposed to be challenging. It's meant to grow you, evolve you. It's meant to be like that everlasting stretch assignment, because you're always going to stretch, grow, and evolve. But it's about making life work for you versus you having to work for it for the rest of your life. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. So if you feel that job is for you, that's fine. But take some of that salary and go invest it so you can have more than just a retirement fund. Okay? Because last but not least, 2020, I lost plenty of family members. I said that. I know I'm not the only one. In 2020, my workload increased simply because they didn't value me enough to say, yeah, let's honor your reality and give you time off. However, I didn't utilize my salary properly, and I had to take a leave, an unpaid leave from work. Don't get me wrong, I was absolutely okay with that unpaid leave, but it's the point. It's the fact. It's the principle. We all have to, we have the responsibility of ourselves. We're responsible for us. We're responsible for our mental health. We're responsible for our finances. We're responsible for our physical health. And in the event that those fall short, it's up to you to create a solution to your problem. And life is not supposed to be exhausting. It's not supposed to be just troublesome. And in the event that you find yourself at a place where life is troublesome, I guarantee you it's something you're running from. I guarantee you it's something that you should fix, whether it's internal, external. Maybe you need to grow. Maybe you need to evolve. Maybe you need government over your life. That's up to you to decide. However, it starts with you. It starts with you. It does. It starts with you for sure. And in order for us to get what we want, we have to honor the fact that we're our own responsibilities. We're nobody else's responsibility. Nobody's. And unfortunately, it's easy for us to feel that way simply because school systems, parents, they give us that setup in life. They tell us when to wake up. They tell us when to go to bed. They tell us when to do our homework and eat and sleep. They tell us all of that. However, after you're a grown adult, you're nobody's responsibility but yours. So it's up to you to give yourself the life that you want. And also, like I said in last night's live, if you can see it in your mind, if you can feel it, you can hold it in your hand. However, it's up to you to find the resource and find the pathway to get you there. And in the event that you can't find it, there's a ram in the bush. You just checking the wrong bush. So again, I am Cornisha. I'm a purpose and personal development coach. I love you guys so much. I really have to go. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Like I always say, if it was just about me, I would not be in entrepreneurship because little old me. It's too much for me, but it's not about me. And that's why I'm here today. I do it for you guys. I do it for me. I do it for us. And until next time, I will see y'all later. Good night.